Welcome to the Catholic Corner, Session 1, All Saints. Today's life app is courage, which is being brave enough to do what you should do, even when you're afraid. And Catholics who live great lives of courage, well, we call them saints. Saints are ordinary people who lived extraordinary lives of courage and obedience to God. In fact, you could say they spent their whole life walking with Jesus. So what exactly is a saint? Well, a saint is a person who lives in heaven with Jesus, but when they lived on earth, they acted like a superhero for Jesus. They taught us how to live holy lives, how to be courageous when it's tough, how to overcome obstacles through prayer, how to be kind and compassionate, and how to love God and trust Him above all else. So how do you become an official saint? Well, it's kind of like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Doesn't happen overnight. You have to earn badges and do certain things in order to make it to the top. Well, the Catholic process is called canonization. Canonization process starts after a really holy person has died. And the Church begins a formal investigation. They look at their lives and deeds. How were they heroes of our faith? There's even a couple of miracles tossed in the process, and it looks like this. They're called a servant of God, venerable, blessed, and finally canonized a saint. In fact, we have over 10,000 Catholic saints known today. Now, some of them are really familiar, like Saint Anthony, Saint Joan of Arc, Saint Francis, but others are not so familiar. I mean, have you heard of Saint Zoe of Rome or Saint Henrik of Upala? But either way, saints are here to help and protect us. All you have to do is pray to them. There's a patron saint for just about every need. And even our church in Hoboken, well, we have 2 patron saints. Do you know who they are? You guessed it, Saint Peter and Saint Paul. Now, we celebrate the feast day of Saints Peter and Paul on June 29th, but another important day is coming for saints on November the 1st. Yup, it's All Saints' Day, a holy day of obligation. We celebrate all of the saints, either canonized or not, everyone living with Jesus, and we thank them for living amazing lives. Yep, saints are ordinary people who lived extraordinary lives of courage and obedience to God. Did you hear what I just said? I said that saints are ordinary people. That means they're just like you and me. In the waters of baptism, every single one of us is invited by Jesus to live a courageous life of holiness, faithfulness, and obedience to God. At the end of the day, it's all about how we respond to that invitation. Because living an extraordinary life for God doesn't start when we get to heaven, it starts today. And you don't have to perform miracles or move mountains or do what any of the other saints did. The first step to sainthood is loving God and being the best that you can be. Because you too are a superhero for Jesus. Thanks for joining us at the Catholic Corner. We'll see you next time.